this is too big of an audience for me to expose too much of myself, to be honest. I'd rather be more comfortable. But I do want to say an impact this movie had on me that I didn't expect. And I'm very uncomfortable, but I'm going to try to get it out. I think that...
Reject Nation, on February 22nd, Real Rejects is hosting a panel at Multicon at the Preserve in LA, with all proceeds going to victims of the recent LA wildfires. We'll have special guests, and Coy and I will be hosting additional panels. Plus, we'll be hanging out all day, so come say hi and support a cause we all deeply care about. Tickets in the description box and pinned comment. Hope to see you there.
Thank you to Huel and Prizepicks for sponsoring this video. More on them in just a bit.
What is going on there, citizens of the Reject Nation? I am joined here with the wonderful Coy Jandreau, and we're going to watch some specific movies leading to the ultimate parody film. What is that film called? Don't Be a Menace.
Don't Be a Menace to South Central. It's a long title.
Something like that. And so we looked up, okay, what are like the 3 biggest movies it spoofs? So we're going to watch the serious ones first. And then we're going to watch the ultimate parody. And we'll take this seriously. We're not going to like take the piss out of it. We'll take it seriously. And it's Boyz N The Hood, the John Singleton classic. I've never seen a frame of this. Have you? You haven't seen it?
Not a piece. That said, if these do well, I'm trying to get Greg to watch Juice. This is my plug for Greg to watch Juice as the 4th film leading up. Juice is important. But Boyz N The Hood is iconic and legendary. This feels like one of those movies where I've watched a few of these that have felt like they were so important I need to be watched, not just have on. So I'm really excited to have this one be an experience.
Absolutely, man. Absolutely. Well, before we get into any of the usual shenanigans, Coy, how are you feeling today? Before watching, let's get in tune with our feelings. How are you feeling?
I am feeling like this is actually a very fortuitous timing to watch a classic LA film for the first time. I love this city. I have a lot of affection for this city. When people crap on LA, I usually go like, I hear you, what you're saying is fair, but here are the 87 good things about this city. There's a lot of flaws, but I love that this city is so hardworking and so intense, and there's so many different demographics and actual environments. Yeah. And South Central is an incredibly rich tapestry of culture and food and vibrant everything, whether it's art or music or just a history of people. And I think I'm kind of mourning my city in a before and after kind of way. Like, LA's still here, but it will never be what it was last week. And so I think watching a movie about my city is going to be interesting and cathartic in a way that's also like in the 90s and 91, this was a different city. So I'm hoping it feels good to see how we've kept some of our ness while experiencing what we're going through presently.
That's a really solid point. I didn't consider any of that. Yeah, the day of filming this, it's like day 3 or 4 of the fires?
Day 4, right? Tuesday? Yeah.
It's like...
It's 8% contained.
Strange time because you never know, like something woke up in the middle of the night, and apparently there's one that's much closer to where we are right now.
Yeah.
It's a fascinating time, and yeah, I'm currently feeling like a little lethargic, I would say, and
breathing in some toxic waste, Greg.
I've been in survivor mode, where survivor mode makes me kind of just shut down my feelings weirdly enough, and just be like, okay, whatever logical decisions you have to make, just do that. So I don't want to lose empathy. At the same time, I have not been as like emotionally in tune as I'd like to be. So I'm hoping this movie does sort of bring me that escape / in tuneness. With that in mind, leave a like on this video. That'd be very much appreciated. Thank you guys for sitting through our longer intros. That's the theme of this year. And subscribe, click that bell so you can get notified when we are watching a spoof of this. And full length.
Very different experience. We will be very mindful of the different. We will not be nearly as like introspective, I imagine, leading up to that.
We'll see.
I won't give you this big long intro about a love letter to my city that I'm so defensive of.
We'll see, man. Yeah. So also Patreon. That's the full-length reaction watch-along. That's where you sync up with your own copy. We are actually watching this off of Netflix, currently available there. And yeah, you get the full reaction watch-along with us. It's like you're sitting on the couch with us. Prepper, thank you for editing this. I imagine this will be a difficult one to get past the censor board on YouTube. But hey, we're doing the best we can. All right, Coy, you ready?
Let's do it.
Let's do it. American males will be murdered in the mountain.
Wow.
I wonder if that statistic is still true to this day.
91, terrifying.
My brother, they shot my brother.
Even though this is like decades old, I can imagine there's still a lot of relevancy.
Yeah.
Stop, Red. What a thematic opening. Whew. 1984.
Did y'all hear the shooting last night? Yeah, I heard it. I got on my bed. Man, you a scary cat.
Man, just so casual.
Yeah, it's life there.
No name on it. I ain't afraid to get shot. Both my brothers been shot. They still alive. They lucky. Y'all want to see something?
Exposition from kids, man.
Does he have a gun?
I ain't saying what. You want to see it or not?
Interesting music cue.
I'm really curious how much of the 90s aesthetic is going to play in. Oh, what a lovely.
There's actually so much about this era I don't know.
Mid-80s.
I've heard there's a lot of authenticity to this, so I'm interested in like learning.
Man, that's so terrifying for kids. Like the drive-by, just casualness.
Is that blood? What happened? What do you think? Somebody got smoked. Look at the hole in the wall, stupid. Why is the blood turning yellow?
Ugh.
So that's how the settlers survived that long, hard winter.
Like that education dialogue there.
That took so many of their lives was by eating all those special foods that were given to them, like the turkey and all the foods that we think of as our traditional holiday meal.
What is stark contrast to what movies normally do with what kids draw?
Right.
And they're
LAPD.
LAPD and a police helicopter shining a light down.
And the early English settlers, who were called? Pilgrims. That's right, the Pilgrims. Very good.
The penguins.
Who said that? Mr. Styles.
That's me.
How is it you always have something funny to say?
Because I'm a comedian.
Would you like to come up and teach the class?
Yeah, I can do that.
Very well, come on up. Instruct us.
I don't know who this kid is, but he is very natural. I wonder if he's like a adult
now,
actor working today. He is very natural.
What are you going to talk about?
Tell you if you let me tie our shoes.
Yes.
But did you know that Africa is the place where the body of the first man was found? My daddy says that makes it the place where all people originated from. That means everybody's really from Africa. I'm from Africa, you from Africa, you African scratcher. I'll get my brother in the face. I get my daddy.
Tre.
At least I got one mother. Ain't your
That's
bitch.
it. Enough.
Ain't nobody's bitch.
Bobby.
Bitch.
Are you listening to me? Sit down.
Kind of
Now.
in this era and having to navigate all this.
As I was saying, he's
Can't imagine teaching now.
just that he has a very bad temper. It makes it extremely difficult for him to interact with the other children. Now, perhaps I could recommend therapy or a child psychologist.
It's so interesting to be having this like psychoanalysis of him.
While he's walking through, the
It's like-
voiceover is great.
There's a bit of like a criticism about his behavior, but it's like, but look at what society breeded him.
Is there some problem in the home? Are you employed?
That's really none of your business. But since you asked, I am employed and I'm studying to receive my master's degree.
It's Storm. Angela Bassett.
We'll be happy to see Tre back in class on Tuesday. His suspension was only for 3 days, you know.
No, I don't think you'll be seeing Tre again.
And why is that, may I ask?
Because Tre is going to live with his father.
Oh, interesting way to start this.
What was our agreement? What did we put down in writing?
I really feel like the environment is a character in this.
Tre Styles,
Such a
being of
pacing.
sound mind and body, agree not to get into any disputes, whether physical or verbal, for the rest of the school year. If I do not conform to this agreement, I will go to live with my father, Mr. Furious Styles.
His first name is Furious.
Wow.
Oh, now, who wrote this? Tre Styles. You have to work on your handwriting.
What a lifestyle. Develop like this idea of like you have to really develop yourself to get out of this circumstance here that you've been dealt from birth.
I love you. You're my only son.
And the different environments of danger, and there's like this looming quality, and they put you in that spot in every different setting, and then the voiceover like is your connection. There's so much happening all the time. Wow, young Laurence Fishburne.
Oh my goodness.
How you doing?
I'm fine.
How about yourself?
I'm living. That's enough for me.
Here he is.
The way he's like sizing up his own dad.
What's the matter? You can't say hi? Go ahead, talk to your friend.
There goes your son. You wanted him, you got him.
So much pride and like conflict and hurt.
Well, it's like you told me. I can't teach him how to be a man. That's your job.
You're gonna have to impart wisdom upon your own kid.
Thank you, Reva.
Take care of my baby.
He is my baby, too.
Look at these masterclass in actors.
Right?
So
Every
much
little
nuance there.
And the intercut back and forth.
When you coming to pick me up?
This is just a temporary thing. When I get out of school, I get a better job, a better place to stay, maybe a house. Then you can come back and things will be better. Okay? Love you, love you.
There's something that feels so natural about it. I think a lot of people might like try to hammer home like drama, but there feels like it just feels like life you're watching.
Yeah, they just let the dialogue live.
Guess I just have to get my son to do it for me.
Do what?
I want you to rake up these leaves off the lawn. Hey.
I used to have that responsibility.
Me too.
There's 2 trash bags right there on the ground. See y'all later.
This is the start of becoming a man with responsibilities.
Gotta raise them up.
There's no boogie. Shut up, fool. Yeah, there is. If there is, I can go.
Yeah.
I love this design.
This actually looks so much like what I remember growing up, like aesthetics.
I gotta lay down the rules of the house. It's the same thing as weekends, you remember?
Little 2.5 pound weight.
Clean my room, water the lawn. Dad, can I ask you something?
Mm-hmm.
What do you have to do around here?
I don't have to do nothing around here except for pay the bills, put food on the table, and put clothes on your back. You understand?
I don't have to pay no bills.
You know, Trey, you may think I'm being hard on you right now, but I'm not.
He seems like you're.
What I'm doing is I'm trying to teach you how to be responsible.
Yeah, actually, you
bare
feel like a
minimum.
really warm guy, honestly.
Yeah.
It's like your little friends across the street, they don't have anybody to show them how to do that. They don't. And you're
Good
gonna see how they
foundation.
end up, too. I'm glad you're here, Trey. You're a prince, you know that? You're the prince, I'm the king.
I'm the king.
Right now, the king says it's time for the prince to go to bed. So, get yourself together. See you in the morning, okay?
Like I had like that magazine rack, like so many, the couch, like so much of this is so familiar. It's interesting. I'm worried because he's such a warm, good father. If they're gonna have his kid have to deal with trauma. Oh.
Wow, this music and editing.
Oh, shit.
Oh, on the front door.
Somebody must have been praying for that fool. 'Cause I swear I aimed right for his head.
You should have blew it off.
Don't say that. Just would have been contributing to killing another brother. And where are these fools? We've been waiting out here for almost an hour, you know that?
Wow, no one showed up still? Damn.
Hi, we got a call of a burglary here.
Yeah, that was about an hour ago.
Whoa.
Wow.
Sound like lackadaisical about it.
We didn't ask you that.
Yeah, well, I told you. Besides, I don't like having my son out here in the cold.
Just tell me what happened, sir.
Well, somebody broke into the house. I fired at him with my piece, and he ran away.
So you didn't get him?
Well, if I got him, he'd be laid out here in front of you, right?
Is there anything missing?
No.
Good. No need to make out a report.
12 item 65.
Wow.
No need to make out a
right in
report.
front of the guy.
You know, it's too bad you didn't get him. Be one less in the streets we have to worry about.
Awful.
Hey, little man. How you doing?
Going in the house, Trey.
Good man.
Something wrong?
Something wrong? Yeah. It's just too bad you don't know what it is.
It's like that cop hates himself.
It feels like. I mean, that moment of introspection for even a second. Hopefully.
You ain't shit. You just like your daddy.
Oh, the plastic on the couch. When it's like hot outside. Oh my god. It's so long since I've sat on a couch like that.
Yeah, I haven't seen plastic on the couch in a while.
Boy, don't get smart with me, because I'll knock your ass in the middle of next week.
I actually think sets like this are very overlooked on how great they are.
Oh, practical set. Like we don't make the sets. Like we don't film in houses as much.
Everything like this is just so lived in.
Yeah, because they just went to someone's house and set dressed it.
You furious, this little boy, huh? Boy, you look more and more like your dad every day. So tell me something. How come your dad don't come over here and play cards with us no more?
I don't know.
I know he don't think he better than the rest of us. Must be too busy shooting at people. I heard what happened over that other night.
Streets talk.
I like he's got a little rat tail.
Man, why do you always play football? Because that's what I'm going to do.
That's right.
The proud, the disappointed, just the faces back to back.
Yo, I heard Fury shot at somebody last night. You get him?
Nah. Who's that?
That's my lady, homie. Her name's Brandi.
She's my woman.
How could she be your woman when she my lady?
She's my wife.
She may be your wife, but I stick my...
I love
so
the
that makes her
blue
mine.
and teal.
Get your
and,
fast ass in here and quit looking at them nappy-headed boys.
Immediate dreamy to fit his vision.
I can't stay long because me and my daddy going fishing.
Man, we ain't gonna stay long.
Where does he live?
He don't live far. Why you have to bring that ball? I ain't saying nothing if he get
I love
took.
the way this movie is paced.
Same. I'm like so invested in each new character in the world.
There's a surprising atmosphere to it.
Tre's daddy blasted at somebody last night.
Really? What kind of gun your daddy got?
I've heard that. You want to see a dead body clip before that he just said. That's gotten sampled and stuff.
I got a deuce. My brother gave it to me before he went into county jail. Got it under my bed. You want to see? It's loaded, too.
Really seems like a lot of this movie is going to be about the path you choose and choice.
Mm-hmm.
You know, do you conform to the negative stereotypes that have plagued the culture? Or
And like Furious said, like,
yeah.
we'll see what they turn into, like the path that he's on, and we'll see that develop, I think.
Yeah.
I feel like a dog died. Look like Freddy Krueger got him.
He stink. That's how they smell after a while. I wonder why I take them people so long to pick them up.
Just the way they react to it is
It's just a daily...
and it's at the antithesis to like how I would react
Sure.
today. You know?
Right, as a grown man.
Yeah.
Don't you know this is a dead body?
Yeah, mother, I know that shit. He ain't bothering you, so don't with him.
He ain't bothering you.
I ain't gonna take it. Little Chris, tell this fool I ain't gonna take his ball.
Yeah, those Jerry curls are amazing.
They are legitimate layers.
Man, I told you not to bring that ball.
Thanks, cuz. Yo, dog.
Yeah, let's go. Throw the ball.
Whoa.
All right, let's start the game, man.
Taut choice.
Yeah.
Fascinating way to put emphasis on a character.
Yeah, just that one tilt.
Man, you stupid. Don't have no sense. Told you not to bring that ball. Wait till I tell Mama.
I don't care. Tell Mama.
Hey, give me my brother's ball back.
Oh, boy.
What is about to happen?
I don't think this goes well for these kids.
Hey, man, give me my brother's ball back.
What you say, fat boy?
I said give me my brother's ball back.
Before what? What your fat ass gonna do?
He's got spirit.
Hey, yo, Rob. Get a little ball back.
Interesting they framed him so ominously and then...
Oof.
Stupid mother.
No.
I was gonna give it to you, too.
Oh.
Hey, man, I got a football.
Oh.
I'll give it to you when we get home. Man, he ain't gonna want it. His daddy gave him that ball. I wish I could kill that mother.
Is he going to kill him? Like, I'm assuming these kids are going to grow up into the actors we know, right?
I assume.
Yeah.
Really interesting framing on this kid. Prominence to this.
He's going to return the ball.
Hey, little man. Catch.
Man, you sorry.
I wonder if he was supposed to actually
Yeah,
catch
they
it.
just
and
kept it 'cause
that
it
too.
felt real.
I'm going to the store.
What you gonna get? You ain't got no money.
What a stark contrast of a shot.
Yeah.
What's the 3 rules? Break it down for me. And hey, think before you answer.
I'm listening. Listening
Some
furious.
wisdom.
Always look a person in the eye. Do that, they'll respect you better.
It could also get awkward if you look for too long.
Yes.
And the last one I think was to never respect anybody who doesn't respect you back.
Smart rules.
I seek validation, though, Coy.
I mean, we work on the internet.
If they don't respect me, I need to find out why.
Watching us right now, watch a movie. We're filming ourselves, Greg. Respect.
What do you know about
I know literally nothing.
I know a little bit.
This kid's got you beat.
I take a girl, stick my thing in her.
Oh, God.
And 9 months later, a baby comes out.
Every time.
1 to 1. Just giggling.
You think that's it? Remember this. Any fool with a can make a baby, but only a real man can raise his children.
Oh, snap. Damn. That is a universal line.
I wasn't but 17 when your mother was pregnant with you. You remember my friend Marcus? He got into robbing people. Wanted me to come along and join him, but I was like, nah, man. You getting ready to have a son?
I love how he doesn't hide the reality.
I knew you was going to be
I like that he talks him like a man because he's trying to make him a man.
Anyway, I wanted to be somebody you could look up to. I guess that's why I went to Vietnam. Don't ever go in the Army, Trey. Black man ain't got no place in the Army.
And shit, I don't know much about like how black people were treated in the Army then. There's so much I don't know. There's like literally so much I don't know.
I assume that's improved somehow, but I don't know because military is a foreign concept to me.
Love this song.
Gonna get easier. Bonding over some fun moments too.
I'm worried for Furious.
Oh,
he's so good.
What?
Oh, man, looks like they're going to juvie. Nah, man, they going to Chief Gates.
What'd they do?
I don't know. We didn't see it.
Yo, man, what happened? They were stealing.
Oh.
Quick to make arrests, not quick to help.
I mean, that's why you need people like his dad, right? Like, taking his time with him.
Things are gonna be easier.
That's rough. It's good he wasn't with him.
Time jump, yep.
Yep, thought that was coming.
Now he's 30-year-old Cuba Gooding Jr. Actually, I'm serious. He's going to be
like
Cuba Gooding Jr.
20-year-old Cuba Gooding Jr.
There's a Cuba Gooding and Ice Cube's in it?
Yeah.
Those are 2 I know of.
Going on a barbecue? Huh?
Oh, wow. He's so young.
He's wet. That's why he's crying.
He ain't wet. Now go on back over there. Okay. Listen, I'm sorry. Come here.
Those fishnet champion shirts.
So
90s was crazy.
We're 91 now?
Yeah.
Yeah, okay. This is just 7 years later?
A lot happens in 7 years.
Domino, mother. Say about that.
Old English was only $1.50.
That's just one time. Play again.
I won't play no more. Let's bust some spades.
Yeah, I'm with that gang.
Bust some spades? Cool.
Bust some spades?
Cards.
Of course. What is this level of culture? I don't understand.
I thought you were being sarcastic. I waited till the second repeat and I was like,
no,
all right.
I didn't just put it together. I don't speak Spanish.
You know I don't speak Spanish.
No bitch gonna get your ugly ass no.
I bet y'all get more you.
Oh, man. It's like cards? Craig never was raised around cards.
Yeah.
Have you ever had a 40 ounce of Old English?
No.
Who you call want to be like that? You.
Don't pay the stupid ass, nigga.
No dope heads. I might let them suck my. But I don't be. And they got age and shit.
They're plastic now, unfortunately, but 40s are good. Steel Reserve's my favorite. Old English pretty good, though.
Don't you know you can catch that shit from letting them suck on you, too?
I ain't sick. I ain't all skinny and shit.
Mother so skinny, you can hoo-hoo through a Cheerio. And fool, you ain't got to be skinny or sick. You can die 5 years from now from that shit.
Y'all trying to scare me.
That's right. It's still
prevalent
in the 80s, and then it came around back in the 90s. It's still carried through to the 90s.
No, but can you really get that shit from letting them suck on your?
Yes. Yes, you can.
Baby Cuba Gooding Jr. Yeah. Wow, Mason looks just like him. Yeah, that was a serious
Martin Scorsese shot.
Optical zoom.
Talk to Darren for me. I am so sick and tired of him going in and out of there. Maybe some of what you got to rub off on him.
He just dresses so much more polished.
I think it was like, how his dad talks to him, how his mom talks to him.
What up, G? They loving him. Back.
Yo, what's up, Trey?
Working over at the Fox Hill Mall?
Yeah, I get a discount on clothes and shit. You like?
You look like you selling rocks.
Ice Cube is so natural.
Yeah, always has been, right?
Yeah, always has been. Always, yeah.
Damn, bro, how'd you get so big?
Up and on and eating, man. Rest of the time I was reading and writing my girl.
Reading.
Girl, he is fine. I like to rush that.
Ooh,
He go to Wall Street too?
Regina, what's her name? Okay, I forget her last name.
Do he got a girlfriend? Yes.
I can't place her. She looks so familiar, but
You better watch his ass. Somebody might steal.
I think that girl, the main girl, was in Fresh Prince of Bel-Air at one point.
half the cast looks half familiar.
Yeah.
But it's also like the clothes and the styles throwing me a little bit.
Hey, why don't you act like gentlemen and let these ladies eat first?
Nice pull.
You act like I ain't never had no barbecue before. The ladies eat. Gotta eat too.
Who you calling a? I ain't no.
Oops. I'm sorry, bitch.
So why haven't you called?
Just 1 minute. What's up, my brother? Look like she wants to talk to you over there. Yeah, I know. Just taking my time.
It's game. It's his game.
See, so you're trying to run that game.
Yeah, how am I doing?
Well, you're doing just fine. Just fine. Except for one thing.
Yeah, what's that? She left.
Oh, no.
Oh!
Whoa, wait, whoa.
Oh, whoa.
Don't worry about it. I got her. Man, she all right?
Man, I just love the way how it just feels like lifestyle.
Cheryl! Come on!
I like that there's like, even the zooms and the dramatic moments, it still feels lived like an experience you're like a voyeuristic watching.
She gonna get hit one of these days.
You got some blow?
Damn.
You got some rock? I'll suck you.
Just keep the baby out the streets. And change her diapers. Girl almost smell as bad as you.
Epidemic?
Yeah.
What, fool?
That's a response now.
Mark.
Just that Eddie moment.
What's that, barbecue?
Yeah.
You're going to go live with your father, and he really just stayed there the whole time?
I'm really curious what the mom's story is going to be. Educating and going to buy bigger house. Like,
Miss Baker told me to bring you a plate.
Brenda, huh? She might have had a chance. She didn't talk so much. Let's see.
Brenda Got a Baby's one of the songs I'm going to sing you, by the way. That's like formative.
Hey, Pop, can you fix my fade back here and up here?
I'm eating.
After you eat?
Yeah.
I thought that was like actual decision he had to make.
They decide.
Yeah.
What's the problem?
You're getting old, Pop.
I'm getting old.
It's been 7 years.
Your friends out here, they got fathers in their 40s and 50s, man. These cats are great, big, just slobs, man. You know, bellies out to here. You know?
That's gonna be you, man. Big old fat, juicy roll, double jelly roll.
The evolution of their relationship.
Beautiful.
Your grandchildren gonna be running around. You talking about granddaddy, give me something, give me $1.
You think so, huh?
Yeah.
Wait a minute, man. What's all this about grandkids, man? I ain't ready to be a granddaddy, man. I ain't ready for all of that.
Hey, don't worry about it. I can take care of myself.
Use the rubber.
Come on.
Yes. See that?
What?
You had some.
Yeah.
When? All right. Wait, just sit down for a second. Oh, sit down now.
They were like actual friends, too.
Man, there was this one girl. Everybody was trying to rush. Baby was full. She walks right up on me and she busts out. Is this your ride? I said, yeah, you want to go for a ride with me? No, I want to drive it.
Oh.
Can you drive stick? If you teach me.
Oh, my God. This is so well done.
I love the storytelling, framing being different.
About a week later, I'm over at our house, right? My mom and grandma are leaving for church. I walk right up to the door, man. As soon as I go inside, boom, we go at it. Nonstop. Kissing.
Good for you.
About 20 minutes into it, Mom and Grandma's come home. Seems Grandma forgot her purse.
Oh, no. Oh, no.
I guess you can smell it in the air or something. Right?
This is so funny.
That's great.
She starts straight towards Tisha's room.
Imagine.
What'd you use?
I had to use nothing. She said she was on the pill.
You don't know for sure.
How many times I tell you, if a girl tells you she's on the pill, you use something anyway. Pill ain't gonna keep you from falling off.
Oh, yeah. The diseases.
What's up, man?
I wonder if you can visit the neighborhood they shot this in.
What's wrong with you?
South Central?
Yeah. I mean, this neighborhood.
Damn, what's wrong with you? Nothing.
Really?
You know, man, I never lied to my father.
Never?
Well, almost never. I lied to Pops yesterday. Told him I wasn't no virgin.
Well, you ain't a virgin, is you?
Well, technically speaking, I haven't. I, a couple of honeys and sucked on some. You know, I ain't never stuck it in there.
Why not, man?
Don't you really want to know?
Yeah, why'd you lie to your dad about that?
I think you're too proud.
I was afraid.
Oh, shit.
Get off.
Oh, he opened up.
And immediately laughed at to his face.
What you afraid of, man?
Being a daddy.
Oh.
Understandable.
Well, I'm getting old now, see? And now that I want to flap some skins, Brandi ain't even down for it. Even if I wear a Jimmy, she ain't down for it.
Is that right?
A Jimmy's a sweater vest.
That's what she's attracted to, and she's still not in.
You haven't talked to me in 5 days.
Well, I've been busy.
What did I do that was so bad that you just had to stop talking to me?
See, you got to get with the program.
What the hell is this game? I don't know what this game is.
I'm Catholic and it goes against my morals.
See, I know you did, but Catholic girls are supposed to be one of the biggest hoochie.
Dude, he's pressuring her. Maybe don't run through the trash, man.
He's not there.
Chasing in a wheelchair. Looks like they're really landing those hits.
I'm gonna be the one who marries you. It don't make no difference whether we do it now or later. We're still gonna get married, right?
Yeah, but I want to go to college before I get married, and there ain't no guarantee that I'm gonna marry you.
Gotta put a ring on it at least, man.
Hey, yo, Bonita.
She got a gang ass.
Chica Bonita. Come to my castle and let's do the local thing.
That shit work.
What up, baby? So let me knock the stuffing off that egg.
What a fascinating movie, because it's not like a here's the plot, you know. It's just like watching the lives they
It's
grow
like Dazed and
into.
Confused, or like a Linklater like lived in.
Yeah.
You make me sick.
I know, but I missed you.
I missed you too. I missed you too.
You still ain't yet.
Brady's mom say you're cute.
Yeah, ask her how come she don't say hi when I speak to her.
He said, how come she don't say hi when he speak to her? I'm supposed to be talking to you, not passing messages. Hey, if my daddy mess with your mama, we're gonna be brother and sister, then we have to do that answer thing. Oh, hi, mama. Yeah, hang on, I got Brandi on the other line, okay?
Mama.
I'm curious.
So you gonna give me the skins or what?
Tre.
Oh, I'm sorry, Mama. Hang on for 1 second. Brandi, yeah, I'm gonna call you back.
I appreciate the attention to comedy in this.
Yeah, a little levity between.
It's life.
What kind of way is that to answer the phone?
Looks like she did all right for herself.
She did. I guess she got the house.
Would you come over this weekend?
I was calling with Rick.
So I think he's decided.
You can cool with your friends anytime. The weekends are supposed to be our time together. Let me speak to your daddy.
Pop! Telephone!
Who this? Yeah, we talked about that. Well, look, I know you don't agree with me, but I think it's his decision. I don't think that's necessary. Reva, this is bullshit. I'm sorry.
Oh, no.
There's no reason for him to come live with you now. He's not a baby.
How old is he supposed to be?
1,000 times. I always tell him, use a rubber, yo. Use a rubber.
Watch me shoot this mother. Look. Bang. Taking off the mother set.
Yo, monster, man. Be cussing some mother. My moms don't like that shit.
It's great.
Aaron!
See, now I gotta hear this shit.
Sitting on the good part.
Can drive by, she was out of my head, off my
Mom's be his ass without fail. But she ain't like that with Rick, though.
Because they got different daddies, that's why.
Y'all gotta get the out. Brother, I'm company in a minute.
Nah.
Monster.
I didn't even get my turn, man.
Oh, man, fix.
Well, I mean, even in the beginning, we saw like the glance, the two different.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I grew up in LA my whole life. I had it pretty good, even though we lost our house and everything. Like,
You didn't swear my cars rolling up slow.
yeah. To live in fear like this, you know.
That's my brother. He live here. Hey, yo, Rick. Man here to see.
It's like getting some perspective here.
And this was like you were living here then.
Yeah.
Ricky, come on out of the bathroom, baby.
Check this out. He coming to grab me.
So what college you from?
I'm from USC. Yo, man, you gotta have a scholarship to go to SC. No, but it helps. Yo, you think you can hook me up with a scholarship?
I used to play baseball. Shut up, man. It's none of man's about business. Move.
Hello, I'm Louis Crump. You must be Ricky's mother?
Brenda.
Brenda.
And this is my other son, Darren.
Hello, Darren.
So.
Just takes a swig.
276 yards in that game, huh? That's pretty impressive.
Well, why don't you all sit and talk? Hey.
Wow.
Two very different lives.
Snaps at him?
Gosh, damn.
I just want you to know we're interested in you coming to the campus. Get a good look around. You know, feel for the school as a whole.
Helicopters swirling while this conversation's going on.
Here's my tape.
Nice music touch.
Editing.
That was against Banning my junior year.
Prepper did this.
And we lost that year, but I did pretty well in yardage. Best defense in the city that year.
Big country booty, big country.
I go to college just for the...
Fool, you don't go to college to be talking to no bitches. You're black supposed to be learning something. Can't learn shit talking to no stupid-ass bitch.
What kind of degree would you like to pursue? I'm just asking because you know there's a strong possibility that you won't go into the NFL after college.
Oh.
Actually, I was thinking about majoring in business. Yeah, I got this friend named Tre who's always talking about going into business now.
I feel like something terrible is going to happen to him.
Yeah, it's such an ominous undercurrent.
I tell you where y'all need to go, where they got more women than anywhere.
Crenshaw on Sunday nights.
No.
Street races on Florence.
I give y'all a hint. Everybody's been there.
Where? Spit it out.
McDonald's?
The church.
Nice.
Ain't nobody going to church to catch no bitches. I should roll your ass up off this porch, that stupid shit.
I think he might have a point. Honestly.
Everyone's there.
All you have to do is take the SAT test. The next one's being offered, let's see, early October. Are you going to take it?
Man, can't get into college without it, right?
Just remember, all you have to do is get over a 700.
So you should prepare for something much higher.
I'm sorry, I'm trying to give him a back.
Your little brother?
It's my son.
Well, I look forward to talking to you again.
Hint of judgment there.
My baby is going to a university. I always knew.
He's going to die or something.
I'm so worried. Even the music's swelling.
He's going to die or something. Yeah, he's going to get shot or something, man.
I'm proud of you, baby.
Thanks, Mom.
You make your mama proud.
Oh, no.
The SAT test will be administered in this room.
Oh, how much time has passed? They said October, but...
If you finish a section before time is called, you may not go back to a previous section or on to the next one.
Man, I remember the SATs. So stressful.
It's interesting looking at this perspective of education here because I imagine, growing up, and it's always like education is so important, but this really means like a chance at a completely different life, survival.
Yes, no, like a binary. Like you go this way or that way in this moment.
There's so much more weight to them going to college than the average person outside of here.
Damn, baby got more cakes than Duncan Hines, man.
Damn.
Put yourself together. You're 15 years old.
That's how they think.
How old you are.
With some age, Cuba Gooding Jr.
How you guys think you did on the test?
All right, I guess.
Most of those tests are culturally biased to begin with. The only part that's universal is the math. You boys must be hungry. I'm real surprised to see you down here.
Wonder
the
that's
English.
Yeah.
Like the whole history of like language, like the actual literature depends on where you went to school.
You boys want to see something?
Do we have a choice?
No.
Even like town to town, people did better on SATs depending on like what English they took and like what books they were made to read and like how much they did. So I remember that being a thing. Like when my family moved town to town, like, SATs was like a huge conversation because that affected college.
Hey, man, I don't know about all this furious. I was walking around my Compton and all, man.
It's the 90s. Can't afford to be afraid of our own people anymore, man.
That level of fear, I've never, it's really hard to wrap my head around.
It's down the street.
But like your own people though,
Mm.
Want y'all take a look at that sign up there. See what it says?
It's Billboard.
What are y'all, Amos and Andy? I'm talking about the message, what it stands for. It's called gentrification.
Yep, that's what I was thinking.
It's what happens when the property value of a certain area is brought down. They can buy the land at a lower price. Then they move all the people out, raise the property value, and sell it at a profit.
Ruin a lot.
Now, what we need to do is we need to keep everything in our neighborhood, everything, black. Black-owned with black money, just like the Jews, the Italians, the Mexicans, and the Koreans do.
Yeah, you lose so much culture with gentrification.
Ain't nobody from outside bringing down the property value. It's these folk shooting each other and selling that rocking shit.
But we are not the people who are flying and floating that shit in here. Why is it that there's a gun shop on almost every corner in this community?
Why?
For the same reason that there's a liquor store on almost every corner in the black community.
Cause conflict.
You go out to Beverly Hills, you don't see that shit, but they want us to kill ourselves. Best way you can destroy a people, you take away their ability to reproduce themselves.
Yeah. Damn, man, you know, Furious is deep. My brother should have heard that, man. Would have done that good.
Where he at?
Up on Crenshaw with the rest of them fools.
Let's go.
Cool.
That's a very interesting thought process, too, about they're not bringing it in. It starts becoming a part of their community. It's like, look what they're bringing to us. It's like a community to put blame on.
And to advertise that it's them and to propagate that as the reason. And
God damn, it's a lot of motherfuckers out.
You don't be using God's name in vain.
There ain't no God. If there was a God, why be letting motherfuckers get smoked every night?
Interesting philosophy question.
Well, you tell me this. How you know God's a he? He could be a she.
It was this book, right? Said if God was a bitch, there wouldn't be no nuclear bombs, no wars, and no shit like that, because they ain't in his nature.
He always says bitch, yeah.
Why every time you talk about a female, you gotta say, oh.
Because that's what you are.
You're being sexist.
yeah, 90s Ice Cube.
I'm standing up.
Hey, what's up? What up, D?
It's so smart to like start this off on them as kids, where they were like a trio unit.
And like we said at the top, like the way, the paths you take.
Yeah,
and that's been a theme, like the paths you take, like undercurrent and like the helicopters versus college.
And how it even shapes your whole belief system.
Yeah.
You know?
What you think you can do.
Hey, man, what's wrong with you?
Uh-oh.
You looking at? I'm still trying to find out. We got a problem here?
Chicago Bulls.
Can we have one night where there ain't no fight, nobody gets shot?
Shut up. Get that bitch out.
Uh-oh. Oh, man.
What's wrong,
I gotta get a gun, Coy.
This is the lesson you're learning from this. Perhaps you're reading the wrong message
Whenever
here.
Tara says something mean to me, just cock it.
Just lift your shirt.
That's why fools be getting shot all the time, trying to show how hard they is.
You just did that.
Oh, no. That is terrifying.
I'm getting ain't going nowhere without it getting all shut up and shit.
So interesting to put in the perspective of like listening to the gun shooting, but not seeing where the shooting was coming from.
And then the glee.
That makes it more real.
And more ominous for everybody. Like you don't know what to be afraid of.
Put your hands on the steering wheel.
What's going on? So the same two cops from like 7 years ago?
Might have just had the only ones cast. I didn't see the faces. They might have just had the uniforms.
Got any weapons on you?
No, I didn't do nothing.
It is.
Yeah.
I hate little motherfuckers like you. Think you're tough, huh? Blow your head off with this Smith & Wesson and you couldn't do shit.
Damn, dude. What was your background?
Look like one of them Crenshaw Mafia motherfuckers. No, you probably one of them rolling 60s, huh?
Was this common back then? For like a black cop to be around and this resentful?
I don't know why
towards,
anyone would be a
black
cop. I'm not the person to ask. I'd have to imagine there had to be a certain amount of like this happening, but like I don't understand anyone being a cop.
Interbreeding of like self-hatred. So shocking.
I mean,
I've
like,
never been exposed to that of like a community margin wise.
Back in the like the early days of America, like Irish was like the cops and criminals thing was like a lot of Irish became cops because it was a way for them to like be in control
and have some power. Yeah.
And like I imagine 70s, 80s, 90s, the gun comes legal.
What's wrong? Look, I'm tired of this shit. Kill all these motherfuckers.
No, that's the problem.
Kill all you motherfuckers! Come on, man!
Oh, that's so sad.
So funny.
That's a very real come out of crying moment.
Yeah, it really is.
Never thought I'd be crying in front of a female.
He means a bitch.
Oh.
Yeah. Oh, are they about to? Is it?
That's the music's implied. Yep.
Oh my god.
I mean, I don't love him pressuring her, but I do love that this will be positive reassurance for him to cry.
Yeah, I mean, it was like
open up
the vulnerability. Yeah.
And that like she sees that.
What do you think about
people getting married while they're still in college.
Were you trying to ask me something?
No. I just wanted to know what you thought about that kind of situation.
I think it can be good. Two people really love each other.
You sure you're down for this?
Yeah. You?
Yeah. I mean...
Are you proposing it?
I am.
No, I think they're about to sleep together, but he's like doing the opposite of pressuring her. He's reassuring her, showing her he's serious. He's like showing commitment.
Oh, it's such a tender love-making scene.
I like this versus the thing he told his dad.
Fantasy story.
Yeah, and like how like that was all energy and this is all like emotion. No meat cleavers, just cute.
So this is definitely you.
They're the like only black people.
Definitely you.
Espresso, please.
Cafe au lait.
Never actually that's great.
Did he tell you he wants to move in with Brandi when they go to school?
Yeah, so?
So don't you think that's a bad idea?
Tre is a grown man now. He is not a little boy anymore. That time has passed, sweetheart. You missed it.
Oh, the loss.
No, you're not getting off that easy. Sit your ass down.
Excuse me?
I said sit your ass down before I raise my voice and make a fool out of both of us.
What a commanding performer.
Of course you took in your son, our son, and you taught him what he needed to be a man. I'll give you that. That gives you no reason, do you hear me? No reason to tell me that I can't be a mother to my son.
I love that we haven't had her the whole movie, and I completely understand where she's coming from, and him as well.
But don't think you're special. You may be cute, but not special. Drink your cafe au lait, it's on me.
He likes her. It's like he's attracted to her for her intelligence.
Yeah, and command.
Her competence, yeah. Every time they roll up the stop sign.
27 years old, still f***ing motherfucking my age, old ass. What's up? Anyway.
Like, why you offering
a pacifier? Oh, it's so good.
This motherfucker got babies, in-house. Let me do some shit like that, moms would be like, I ain't having it.
Ricky!
This had to be Morris Chestnut's first thing, too. Like, I feel like this
That's
started so...
who it is.
Oh, yeah, Morris Chestnut.
Could not put it together in there.
But, like, it had to be so many careers starting.
I need you to go to the store to get some cornmeal.
If you want to land a good job, you have to know what most employers want, how to lead others, how to perform under pressure.
The army ain't no place for the black man.
We learned from the flashback, but I don't worry about him.
It's still such a... The army can lead to more violence, too.
Yeah.
Like, so much of this movie seems to be about how systematic racism breeds a cycle of violence.
So, D, why don't you go to the store for me, man? Get some cornmeal. Show wife, you go get the shit.
Any environment, just like guns, man.
And how, like, the lack of opportunity also can...
Put you in that position.
Yeah.
She ain't my wife, man, all right? Might as well be. Y'all got a family and shit.
Yeah.
Hey, man, you been getting on my face, all right?
What are you doing?
Hey, you a punk, man. Hey, yo, wait a minute. Punk, come on, Trey, let him go. Get on, mama's boy. Get him, go.
God damn it.
What you at me for?
You all right? Let me see your
Yeah, I'm all right. I'm all right.
Like, hates women.
What you at me for?
I mean, the mom, like, not ever giving him any... Oh.
Ricky, baby, your test scores?
What you at me for?
Doesn't even acknowledge...
All that shit, right? I'm going to the army.
You think about doing what?
No.
I want to do something with my life, all right? I want to be somebody.
I'm feeling something bad, like, about to happen, like, right now.
Every car.
Yeah.
All of it. Tension. John Singleton made the tension, like, throughout palpable. It's crazy.
You anything? Huh?
Wait a minute, man. I'm still trying to find out.
Old hostess.
Said nothing. I didn't win nothing, all right?
Told you, man, you gotta be Mexican to win that shit.
Is that how that works?
There's that motherfucker was talking shit the other night.
No. Oh, no.
Shit.
What a horrifying shot.
Come on.
I got you.
Over, like, nothing.
Yeah.
You know?
All right, come on, let's go.
Yeah, it's just it's boiling pot, man.
I swear, if that roll up on the set one more time, I'm gonna blast his ass.
Oh, man. Just the, like, domino effect of why he left to go to the store.
Yeah, and the SAT scores is the ticking clock. We don't know what his score was.
Oh, please. I have a feeling he's going to die, and he's going to have passed the SATs.
No, man, I don't think we should do that. I mean, if we got to throw some heads, I think it'd be better if we're together. Oh, man, them fools ain't going to do nothing, man.
No, man.
I need you, Tre. Cool. I'm out of here.
Oh, no.
He's got a kid.
Come on, man.
Dude, you got to take the situation seriously, man. It's the same crescendo music from when he was a little boy.
Oh, yeah.
Ricky!
Oh. No reason at all.
Ricky! Help me! Help me! Somebody help me!
Oh, no, man. The choices that are going to follow after this.
Ricky!
The last thing they did was fight.
Let's take him on.
There's like no purpose. Gotta drag him back. So, oh, Jesus Christ. You handle your own dead.
Mama! Oh my God! Ricky!
What's he being blamed for?
She's upset, and he's been an ass. Oh, and they're blaming him, though. That's...
Oh, Mama! I didn't do nothing! I didn't do nothing! I didn't do nothing! I didn't do nothing!
Oh my God!
Oh.
You did this!
All those emotions, man.
Oh, shit.
Oh God! Oh God! Oh my God!
Wow, this seems so real. No.
Meet me at my house in 5 minutes.
No, that's exactly it. Oh, shit. No.
Tre, what happened? Tre, what happened? Talk to me. What happened? What happened to Ricky?
Tre!
Talk to him. Something just happened to Rick.
Yo.
You should try and calm down, and I want you to go home. You hear me? You hear me?
So glad he was home, but I don't trust any of this.
Tre, what are you doing? Huh?
Nah, dude.
You gotta shoot somebody now, huh? Well, here I am. Come on, shoot me. My heart goes out to his mother and his family, but that's their problem, Tre. You my son, you my problem.
All the background sounds.
Oh, I see. You want to end up like little Chris in a wheelchair, huh? No, you want to end up like Doughboy, huh? Give me the mother gun, Tre. You're my only son, and I'm not gonna lose you to no bullshit, you hear?
Man, you have to make a choice like that when your emotions are so volatile.
Go clean yourself up.
As much as this movie zeroes in on the community of South Central and Crenshaw in the early 90s, the themes of it are still very universal about friends, family, and loss.
Well, I love that it's choosing to stop the cycle of violence. Like, you never know which way a movie's going to go. I think it's really beautiful. This movie's been so grounded, but it's making this choice.
So, I mean, that opening stop sign shot. So strong.
I was hoping it was her, not him.
Oh my God, you gotta be kidding me. Throw away a whole future.
Man, that sound design's incredible. It's like tension on our side and also feels like the metallicness that bullets, but it's a meditative thing to calm you. So it's like a really interesting use of what that sound is versus being used as.
him out, man. Still got the blood on his clothes. He passed it.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking. That was the ticking clock.
7:10, just right above.
It would have been college.
What could have been?
Football in the foreground.
Let's go get something to eat. Cool.
And another thing, Prince, when you go get your hair cut, that shit is strict. It look like something from 1983, dude.
Oh, shit.
Ain't nobody cutting my hair, man. I'm like Samson. My strength is in my hair. Shit.
Man, what's up with that babe you been talking to?
To suddenly hang out with them.
You were hearing the
Like
same
how-
conversations they
yeah,
were having?
Yeah.
There they go right there. Turn off the lights.
Oh, he's got to get that personal killing.
Let's go, man. Come on.
Dude, you got to make it quick, man. You are taking this in too much.
Man, turn your over. But man, I didn't do it, man. I didn't pull the trigger.
Still hunting him down.
Oh, man.
Paths we choose.
That's it.
Damn.
Yeah, what a moment. Just read each other like that. They really do feel like father and son, too.
Yeah. Incredible casting.
Always drinking, huh?
Old English.
Yo, cuz, I know why you got the car last night. Shouldn't have been there in the first place. You don't want that shit to come back to haunt you.
Glad he's being understandable. After he shot him, it's like kind of filled with regret right away.
Turned on the TV this morning. Had this shit on about living in a violent world. Started thinking, man. Either they don't know or don't care about what's going on in the hood. I ain't have shit on my brother, man. I ain't got no brother.
Because of a shoulder. Goddamn.
Yeah.
Hey, Doe.
What's up?
You still got one brother left, man.
Aw.
Thanks, man.
Well, that's just rooting the grass.
I mean, it's so green.
It's a true story.
I didn't think so.
Drives home the authenticity. Paths we choose. Power of choice.
Aww.
She was pregnant.
He promised, but she was pregnant. Man, what a great movie.
Increase the peace. Boy,
How to
oh
survive
boy.
in South Central. A place where bust.
Ice Cube.
Yeah. Nice Cube song in the credits. Oh, that's great. What is Regina's last name?
Oh, yeah. Here, we'll pull up the cast.
It's not
list.
Regina Hall. It's Regina something.
Is Hall or King?
King.
King, is
I
it?
think it's Regina King. I don't think it's Regina Hall.
I
Man, that
forget.
was driving me crazy
There's
the
a
whole
Regina
movie.
Hall and there's a Regina
There is.
King, and I forget which one
I
is
think that's Regina King.
which one the last name is assigned to. On who.
Oh,
Yeah.
man, because I it felt wrong, so I think it's King.
You think there was a post-credit scene?
Yeah, it's when young Samuel Jackson recruits them.
Yeah, Ricky's alive.
It's set during the Captain Marvel timeline of 1991.
King. It is a king. Yeah.
I knew it was Regina. It was driving me crazy.
Reject Nation, it's a new year and we want to start strong, right? And for me, that means finding simple ways to stay on track, especially when it comes to eating well. And that's why I've been loving, this is my own order, not one sent to me, Huel, H-U-E-L. That's on screen, right? I trust them a lot. A few months ago, before partnering with them, I actually asked them to send me a few bottles. That way I could make sure I like it before I talk about it. And yeah, I ended up loving it. And now I am a regular customer. I think I've spent more than they've paid me. Right now I'm down to my last bottle because Coy Jandreau, you keep stealing my bottles. Anyway, here's why Huel's Black Edition Ready to Drink works for me. It's a complete meal in a bottle, packed with over 30 grams of protein and 27 essential vitamins and minerals. So you're not just filling up your fueling up. Perfect for busy mornings or when I don't feel like cooking or if I'm in a rush, which is my life. Just grab it, drink it, and you're good to go. And the taste, this is so important. Unlike a lot of other shakes, I know you've tried some. Huel actually tastes great. And my favorite is personally the chocolate koi. I can't believe you took my last one. The chocolate, it's smooth, rich, and low in sugar. I'm really particular about that too. So if you've been looking for a way to make eating healthier yet easier this year, Huel it is. It's Huel. It's affordable too, less than $5 a bottle. Here's what you can do. You can go to Huel.com and use code REJECTS for 15% off your first order, plus a free gift. That's Huel.com, code REJECTS. Supporting them does support the channel, but also supports your sexy bod. So start your year off strong with Huel. It's quick, it's nutritious, and it actually tastes great. You'll want it in your routine. Jandreau. All right, amigos and amigas, the Super Bowl is almost here, and I bet you're counting down the days till you can witness the action. You know what makes watching the game even more exciting? Running your game with Prizepicks, the #1 daily fantasy sports app in America. Now, before we dive in, let me make something clear. Prizepicks isn't gambling. It's a skill-based fantasy sports app where you pick more or less on player stat projections, like how many touchdowns a QB will throw or how many yards a wide receiver will get. It's all about using the knowledge of the game to build your lineup. My wife, super into football. My wife enjoys some Prizepicks. So here's how it works. Pick between 2 and 6 players. Decide if they'll do more or less on their projected stats. And if your lineup hits, you can win big. Up to 1,000 times your entry. Even if one pick doesn't hit, you can still win thanks to their flex play option. And withdrawals, they're fast, safe, and secure. You can get your earnings in as quick as 15 minutes. For example, you could pick like Patrick Mahomes for more than 2 touchdowns. Or Travis Kelce for more than 80 receiving yards. It's quick, it's fun, and it takes less than a minute to set your lineup. So here's the best part. Download the app today and use code REJECTS to get $50 instantly after you play your first $5 lineup. That's $50 instantly, even if you don't win. So whether you're a diehard fan or just looking for a way to make the big game more exciting, give Prizepicks a shot. It's skill-based, fun, and makes you feel like part of the action. Download the app today, use code REJECTS, and get $50 instantly after playing your first $5 lineup. Prizepicks, run your game, Reject Nation.
Reject Nation, Coy and I, we just watched Boyz N The Hood, the 1991 classic from John Singleton. Was this nominated for anything?
Should be.
I feel like it probably. I mean, I've heard the title so many times,
and the poster's so iconic. I've seen that image. So many times.
I've seen the image of Ice Cube, and I did not know that's Morris Chestnut. Huh?
Yeah, man.
God, he like changed shape.
Shape. I didn't realize
it's like when The Rock changed shape.
Yeah, you're like, oh,
it's like what happened to your body?
Different physical. Morris Chestnut's huge.
Yeah, it's.
I didn't realize you had. I would have mentioned it earlier. I didn't realize it hadn't tracked, so I was like, yeah, John.
Yeah, I was like, I don't know.
John Singleton cast Morris Chestnut way early.
It's crazy. I'm on look up photo of Morris Chestnut.
Yeah,
he changed shape. He did. It's like when The Rock changed shape.
That's so funny, dude.
Lawrence Fishburne has the same shape.
Lawrence Fishburne is the same.
He's the same shape.
Man, that was so good.
Anyway, yeah, this was an experience. I didn't know what we were walking into, and I like how it's a story that is like we were saying during the reaction. How it's you were saying like a Linklater, like it was like a slice of life.
Yeah,
but
a slice of life that isn't as commonly shown. Like this is not as prevalent as like hanging in this decade and in this decade in Americana. This is like they said in the film. The thesis of the film is shown at the beginning through the microcosm of making your choices. And I love when a film can give you a scene that encapsulates the whole film. And I love at the end that it gives you kind of like a really good paper. In like an essay, you've got a thesis paragraph, and then you've got all the supporting facts. And then at the end, it's a summary. And I love that this film was formatted in the thesis of the transition of age and decisions making. And then the summary is given throughout and supporting arguments are given throughout. And then at the end, the actual statement of what the film is encapsulated in Ice Cube saying, they show everyone else but us. They say we live in a violent world. My brother wasn't in there. So it gives you that whole thing to reinvigorate that fact while being down the street 30 years ago. Like, this is so powerful.
Yeah, when it comes to this kind of movie, like, because you had such a great analysis of like the filmmaking side of it, and then there's like all the thematic elements of what they're actually talking about in here, and so much of it is something that I'm by no means like an expert in or strongly educated in. So it's always like a fascinating exploration for me to go down to try to like expose myself to stuff, because like of course we've seen movies that deal with subject matters like this, but I've never quite seen it executed like this, I would say.
I think it is insanely short-sighted that so many people think movies are just movies when stuff like this exists. I get so angry when people are so cavalier with, oh, it's just a movie. Why think about it? They're like, why worry about this? Is an experience of capturing culture, and in this case, it's a very specific culture. But I feel like more people need to know what their world is around them, and instead of having to live it, what an experience to live through other people's living it.
Yeah,
like the stuff you didn't know. I didn't know obviously I've never seen this film, but I didn't know what elements would be alien, what things I didn't know. Like all I'm trying to say is like your experience and my experience are different because of how we were raised.
Yeah.
So it's interesting to hear like what felt so alien to me versus you.
Well, I mean, this takes place in South Central, and I
didn't grow up in.
I grew up in L.A. I grew up mainly in North Hollywood for a lot of my life, which there's been discussion of how it has been like gentrified. Because when I grew up in L.A., in North Hollywood, it was not the community it is now, where there's certain streets from like if you live in L.A., it's from like Lancashire, Oxnard to Lancashire and Riverside, right? With this part of North Hollywood that is a lot more populated.
It's downright nice now.
It's nice now, and it wasn't. I wouldn't say it wasn't like that for me growing up. It was not known as like. It wasn't to the degree that you're seeing depicted here. No degree of like South Central, but then knowing that South Central was only like a 20-minute drive away from where I grew up, it's like, oh yeah, there's all these experiences that were like not that far away from where I grew up, and to be exposed to it, yeah, it's like I can only talk about what this movie portrays from my takeaway with it. You know, I cannot talk about it in a way of like, yeah, here's what they're doing, and I am a smart man to educate others on it. You know, so what I got from it, you know, from that opening shot that I thought was really strong with the stop sign, it seems like a lot of this is about stopping that cycle of violence, like because it's systematic racism, this oppression, and lack of opportunity that does breed a cycle of violence in a community. And I thought the commentary in that part where Laurence Fishburne's furious character was talking in Crenshaw about gentrification and my mind is like also semi-processing a lot at the same time as I'm talking, because when they're talking about gentrification and all the oppression that happens there with trying to just shut out the voices, and when a community tries to take when like gentrification tries to take over and silence culture as well, and then at the same time the way how America has put a lot of this like blame on the black community to try to like pass along shit, which makes a lot of this internalized hatred breed itself.
Yeah,
that internalized hatred side is something I've never even quite heard the discussion about. You know,
that's what was fascinating to me, because I did not grow up in LA. I didn't grow up in an environment like this. I grew up closer to what you did, where I grew up in the outside Boston, and it would have been about like 40 minutes away to rough neighborhood, but that would have been a very different thing. And this felt like, I knew of South Central being dangerous and violent, but it felt so removed because of the East Coast versus West Coast separation. Like, so even though I was around dangerous neighborhoods that were nearby, this felt so different. But the difference for me was, I think growing up with so much of music from this time, it is to me common knowledge that we brought in an aggressive amount of highly addictive drugs to ruin an entire people. Like, to me, that I was a little surprised that it was a new idea for you. And this isn't meant to be derogatory. I just didn't realize that it wasn't something you'd been exposed to. Because to me, this is
flew over my head a little bit.
And when you mentioned it, I was struck because if you and I our Venn diagram is so much bigger. Like, we share more experiences than separate. Like, you and I grow up watching a lot of the same movies. We have a lot of the same favorites. We're the same within 5 years of each other age. So I was really surprised that just what I grew up listening to versus even movies, because I think we've seen most of the same movies. That to me is fact. Like, that is such a known thing. So it's really interesting that it kind of validates the point I was trying to make at the top. Like, it is so important that people see movies. It is so important that people experience art and culture, because I've always blamed the government for all that. Like, it's been fact to me.
Yeah.
So it's really interesting that you hadn't been exposed to that concept even.
Well, they even talk about it in this movie, which is decades ago. There's a line in passing of like, this is what you see in the movies that they try to portray black people. And when I think about what my perception is of Crenshaw and South Central for so many years growing up, I did just have the thought, like the part of racism that's been really fascinating to me to explore is the ways when we don't realize we are having a racist thought, you know, of how it might even still happen today, honestly. Like if I'm in a room and it's like only black people, you know, that thing we hear about where it's like, what it must feel like for a black guy to be in a room full of only white people. And if I'm in a room full of only black people, I'm like, am I comfortable? I don't know if I'll be comfortable in that. And it's like, but then I have to question, like, but why am I uncomfortable? Is it because of what I grew up with like movies and shows portraying these communities to be that way? Because when I do hear South Central and Crenshaw, my mind immediately goes, oh, yeah, it's just dangerous. You don't want to be around there. Everyone there's like a bad guy. It's like villainized, right? And so when I'm watching this story, which clearly has a very personal approach and touch to it, you're like, a lot of these people are just people. You know, they're just regular people. And there's a lot of love in these communities as well.
Yeah.
And a lot of that just gets overlooked, and we're kind of experiencing that in this weird in a microcosm way with California and the fires, right? Of how like other parts of that are not California are how we're hearing a lot of how they view us. What California is like, and you're like, actually, no, that's not the reality of it, and it doesn't mean we deserve these fires that are happening right now. And so that's kind of what this movie was doing for me, with zeroing in on the lifestyle of people in South Central and Crenshaw, as it makes me question my upbringing and even what I was even told.
That's beautiful.
Up in an educated way, you know, because there are those little microcosms of racism that I think pop up in most people, right, when we don't intend to. It's like that, and a big part of this movie is about choice, you know, and I think we also have to choose to open up about those things and open up to people as well, and to know when that's happening and to go against that.
Yeah.
You know, and a big
and
part,
you have to know it to go against it.
Exactly.
You have to be aware of that feeling and that tendency and even that inclination to go like, whoa, that's not how I want to think of this situation.
And the part that I related to, I think I'm so drawn to the internal racism side, because I don't like bringing up certain things about my past, because I feel like that exposes people who are around today. And I did have an internal racism problem for sure growing up. And I think that's why I think I was so drawn to how like, I had like an individualism one that a lot of people in my life could not relate to, who are my ethnicity. So to see how, they were trying to like have them like eat each other and kill each other alive. And I feel like does that still happen today?
Oh yeah, look at the actual statistics of like the way they had to get rid of jaywalking as a penalizable offense in LA, because the statistics of the cops that were giving jaywalking tickets to black people was so much higher. This just happened. They just got rid of jaywalking like 3 years ago, because like cops are still. I don't want to get into cop stuff because I don't want to offend half our audience, but it is it is still today, and it's so hard for me. And I don't like getting personal. I don't. This is too big of an audience for me to expose too much of myself. To be honest, I'd rather be more comfortable. But I do want to say an impact this movie had on me that I didn't expect, and I'm very uncomfortable. But I'm gonna try to get it out. I think that the way the world works is you always want to make the next generation better. You always want to improve, and I know that when we look at our financial situation, we are the first generation that is not doing as well as our parents. We were handed really shitty circumstances, and the dollar's worth nothing and houses are millions, and like we don't get the opportunities to do anything. But looking at a movie like this, and this is the personal part, I'm going to have a black child when I have children, and I am so glad that I'm aware of this world, and I'm so appreciative that I am bringing them into a better world in some way. And this is important for people that have no exposure to anything to at least look at. Like I know 1% of 1% of 1% of something of any exposure, but I think that people need to see things like this so that they can even understand why we need to make better decisions and why people need to be as informed as they can about their inclinations and their knee-jerk reactions and the situations that people have been trapped in. It's terrifying to me. So I, as someone who hates the fact that I, in 2025, will not have as many opportunities as my parents at 36 years old, am so glad that my kids will not have some of the disadvantages that the generation before me did. Yeah. So like I'm making lemonade out of lemons. I'm trying to see the appreciation of like, this wasn't long ago and it wasn't far. And so like the big thing I got out of this is at least progress, slow, but it is making moves. So I don't know. I'm so defensive of LA, and I'm so angry as a person, like inside at people like treating people like shit, that this affected me. So like made me a little fighty. Didn't expect that.
I'm excited for you and your white fiance to have a black child. That's what Coy meant.
I didn't even like saying it because I know that's gonna get clipped out somewhere to some asshole. But like that's how I feel about the movie. I think it's so important. Like
Coy does not have a white fiance.
Greg immediately does his Greg thing, undercuts it.
Some people don't think. Some people will take it seriously. Like,
how's that gonna happen?
Like, I don't know what Coy meant.
Does he have big adoption plans? Is very specific. No, but like that's how I think of the future. Like it's like the 3005 thing, and it's like money trees. Like I'm trying to plant a tree that I'm never going to see the fruits of. I'm trying to like see a better world for my grandkids that I won't see, and seeing stuff like this gives me hope that will at least happen, if not in my lifetime, in theirs.
Yeah, that's a great point. Well, a big part of the path of choice that they were talking about here is it's easy to. What I love is when a film can magnify a character or a specific group what might seem like a singularity problem, you realize how universal it is, and that's what I think this movie did so well by really being authentic to what they wanted to talk about. And one of those was about rising above the stereotypical identity that society or America, whatever you want to say, has thrusted onto the black community. And not just falling into that camp, but rising above it in a way, you know? And I thought that was a really strong part of the messaging that never felt corny or ham-fisted. That was
ever.
I gotta say, like in terms of direction, I was so surprised by the atmosphere that this movie provided. Like the environment felt like a character in and of itself, right?
You mentioned that early, and it only grew.
It kept growing. It kept going bigger. It's like, it doesn't feel like they're spanning like a big terrain of the city, right? And it feels like
a few streets.
Like a few streets, a few neighborhoods. It's not really something that large, but the patience behind the camera and allowing the actors to just feel like you're with people, I thought made that so much stronger. And that's why I was saying early on it's really easy to just go South Central. Oh my God, the kind of people over there scary. But then go, no, wait a minute. This movie did a great job at like shining. Like I'm not like that today, I would say, or maybe there's parts of me that are, and I gotta kind of question that. If like I'm not like itchy to go to South Central or something like that. But I'm like wondering if I drove through there or Crenshaw or something like that, would I be tense in the shoulders if I saw a black person or a group of black people? Would that what was instilled in me as a kid, would that still come up? You know.
I had two interesting things that reminded me while watching this movie. I used to live in Glendale, and Glendale's like this incredibly passionate Armenian population that is like the actual center of Glendale. The Americana is designed to be like an Armenian town center. Like it's literally made to be like the culture that the population is comfortable in. And when I lived there, I didn't feel comfortable for a few months just because I felt like a kid in an antique store. Sure. It was just that sense of like, do I touch stuff? And then one of the neighbors of mine had a baby, and we had this giant party, and I was the only white dude in this Armenian family party because they invited me. They knocked on my door like, oh, we had a baby, come out. Yeah. So I came and I drank with them, and we got like 0 dark 30 drunk for like 2 days. It was like a full weekend party. Yeah. And after that, so many people were there that they saw me wanting to celebrate, that like it became like a nod on the street welcome thing. And ever since that party, Glendale felt comfortable to me for the first time. And it wasn't something I had noticed I was uncomfortable, because it was literally, like I said, an antique store, just where I was like, I don't know why, but I feel. And then the nod, the welcome, the embrace felt amazing. And I love LA, and I want to know more pockets of LA, and I want to do what I did with Glendale for other places in LA. And the other one was where Sunset turns into Cesar Chavez, where old LA was. Like Cesar Chavez is this incredible community where like the best food is in LA, some of the best food in LA. And I would always drive out of my way to get my motorcycle fixed there, because I would rather give a small business my money and like I'd pay cash, and I'd really want to help a community versus like Pet Boys. And that community was always where I'd want to eat. So I was like, oh, I'd rather give them my money and then eat locally and just have a day of it. Yeah, and as soon as I spent the time to pay cash and to support these local businesses, all of the people that looked at me weird when I was like, you're not from the neighborhood, what are you doing here? And once they saw me 2 or 3 times, they asked why I was there. And as soon as I explained, like, I don't want to pay some big company to fix my bike, I want to be in LA, they started showing me around. They started like telling me about other stuff. And I literally just from verbally diving into like, I want to be a part of knowing my city, they welcomed me and they taught me through generations. Like I met people's grandparents. I learned about the family's restaurants. And like, I want cities to feel like that because what we do is so artificial. Like we connect through artifice, but it's human connection. Like what we're doing is human connection, but it's through a lens. And in your city, if you're not dumb about it, you can have those same connections, but like it feels like tenfold because you're like it's face to face. You're breathing the same air. You're having like human connection. And what I love about this is we're reaching 1 million people. But what I love about going to a place in a city and finding a culture and finding a community is you're impacting every dollar you spend in a community is going to go so much farther than buying $100 thing on Amazon. Yeah. Like that dollar is meaningful in a place. And especially with how I feel about LA right now, like I really want to hone in on like my community and my world here. And this movie made me feel that the whole time. I don't know if that made sense.
No, it does actually. No, it makes a lot of sense. And then with the way that what this movie I think actually did do, when I'm looking at the date, I can imagine that it probably allowed for more films of this subject because it's not the first film that I've seen that explores subject matters like this. It's just like I said, it's the way the film is done that really affected me. And I can imagine that with this being 1991 and telling this story, that it opened up the doors for other filmmakers. It opened up the doors for other stories to come afterwards.
And this was in the height of so much rampant, violent racism and so much like it was turned up to a different like it's still scary, but it was I can't imagine living through this time in this movie, how revolutionary this movie must have felt to be like, oh, they're saying it out loud.
Yeah, well, it's a coming of age story too.
Yeah,
like that's the biggest aspect of it. And as you are coming of age, what paths you want to choose in life.
I think that's why I felt the Linklater, like that sense of he does such good coming of age and like that day in the life hang.
Yeah. Yeah. Oh man, that was a surprisingly
it's one of my favorite movies we've done.
Yeah,
I really love this.
I know we were like really, kind of quiet the whole time. I wasn't really affected by the death, especially with how, because the opportunity robbed over something that is like such meaningless violence. Like it's so devastating what happens, but over nothing, right? It's sort of like taught to be that way. Like you said, we were talking about like the bubble that it puts you in. And that's the other part that I thought was so strong was a lot of the themes seem to be about systematic oppression versus personal responsibility. How much can you do with your own personal responsibility that could rise above systematic oppression? You know,
yeah.
I thought that this was a very strong movie to me.
You know what I didn't realize I was afraid of until right now? I'm so excited for us to watch at least those 3 movies leading up to the spoof and hopefully more. Like I hope this does well. Big Punch Juice. I am realizing in this moment I'm more afraid of the commentary from white people that we're watching black film and celebrating it than I am anyone that isn't white. Like I'm realizing in this moment I'm more uncomfortable with someone from Nebraska being like, oh, why are they watching, than I am from anyone like we're celebrating something, and I'm more concerned at the optics of someone being an asshole and not understanding that we're trying to appreciate movies that we didn't see, that we didn't have exposure to, than I am from people that would be like, why are they watching? You know what I mean?
And I kind of want to just have conversations.
Well, that's what we're doing with our show.
Yeah.
And that's why I think this is, I mean, I'm being way more long-winded than I usually would be. But like, I want that to be the feel, right? And I feel like movies like this can allow for more conversation than like Iron Man.
It depends, right? It's like, I like seeing how, you know, I mean, I imagine there's like a fun trivia or facts that this movie has to offer, but I don't mind coming on. I think it's really easy for people like what we do to feel like we have to know everything and we have to be able to talk about everything in a way and just sound like we're smarter and we already knew the information.
I like learning sometimes too.
Both. I'm kind of willing to come on camera right now and just feel like, you know, there's so much I don't know and I want to see what you can learn from it and allow the art to affect and enhance perspective.
I think that what you just said, I think is what I'm afraid of, is like, since I knew that perspective on the drugs coming into the community and the government, I don't want to seem like I'm trying to say I know anything because I don't. But I'm so afraid of people being like, oh, because he listens to Tupac, thinks he knows. And that's the, do you know what I mean? Like, that's the commentary I am not ready for.
I understand.
Like, I was talking about this much of this, and like, I don't want that to seem like I know anything because I don't.
Right, yeah. I mean, it's the ultimate empathy game, right? Like, we've never had a life like this.
Never. And that's something I can only live through cinema, and that's the power of movies. That's what I was trying to get across is this is something that I feel so lived in and real, and I can't fathom it really, but I can have a taste and appreciate that it gave me any sense of it.
Well, even the way they talk about death, the way they talk about violence, like when the boys find a dead body, it's just like, it's another dead body. Oh, it smells gross, you know?
Yeah.
Like that casualness to it is something I can never comprehend. I don't think I've seen it other than my father. I don't think I've seen like a dead body, you know?
Yeah.
Or
and you would never
killed.
flippantly experience
exactly,
ever.
the flippantness
You
about
mentioned it as an adult. You would not be like, you know?
Yeah, I'd be like, oh, I'm traumatized, you know?
Yeah.
That was such a...
I would be in therapy if I came across a body.
Oh my God, I have post-traumatic stress disorder. I mean, this whole fucking
and
thing.
these kids are like, well, Thursday.
Yeah, it's a wild thing.
And to speak in our more normal commentary, the performances are so good. It's obvious why everyone in this became a bigger star that if they weren't already. I don't know the trajectory of certain careers. Obviously, Laurence Fishburne had worked, before, but I don't know how much Morris Chestnut had. I'm not sure how much Cuba Gooding Jr. had. But we even mentioned like how incredibly natural Ice Cube was. This set of actors. There's a reason they're all still household names. Like there were so many faces I was like, and 30 years later.
Cuba Gooding Jr., who has not been having the best.
Yeah, post-Oscar. The Oscar curse is real, man.
Oh no, it's like I thought in like recent years there's been like things coming out about him.
Oh really?
Not been. I don't know the details. I might be speaking out of my ass right now, but
I don't know.
I think there's a reason why we haven't seen Cuba Gooding Jr.
Besides
in a while.
the Oscar
because
curse,
of
you're
like
saying.
Real life things that have come out about terrible things he's done that I haven't quite researched.
Got it. I don't know those personally, but we got to Google after.
You'll Google after.
It's not that performance in the radio movie.
No, I think it's like he's done some like terrible things.
Oh.
I think the Diddy stuff he was involved in. So
no,
I could be aware. I don't want to spread misinformation.
Perhaps,
check
that before.
Maybe I should check.
That is not something you just say.
Well, let me just. Okay, goddamn, I'm gonna have a can of worms now.
I'm just like that's not something. That is the biggest allegation to just be like, did I hear that?
Cuba Gooding. What do we type in here? Canceled? I guess.
What do you want your search history to read?
Civil abuse. Okay. Oh, this is from 2023.
A lot of lawsuits about some bad stuff.
Yeah.
Oh.
Produce. Okay.
Got it.
So he was thrown into the mix here.
Got it.
Okay, so a lot of assault. Wow, it's on like 2023, 2024.
Wipe the run.
Okay, so I wasn't wrong about that.
Okay,
Yeah. All right.
I just wanted to make sure we,
Yeah.
Receipts.
Receipts. Okay. So I'm not going to say all this stuff, but we just type in Cuba Gooding Jr. Just like,
I didn't know. It's not great.
Yeah, not great. But I mean, he's good in the movie though. But the performances do feel so naturalistic, where it never feels like someone is performing or trying to hit that dramatic beat.
And the beats were huge and powerful.
And that naturalness is so underrated, and it's really easy to overlook when line delivery like that is because the whole point is to feel like a fly on the wall.
Yeah.
in this kind of film, and you do because it just feels like people talking, people experiencing, even when it goes for the heavier emotions. When I forget the character's name, but when he is shot, he's killed, and then the wife or the girlfriend with the son and the mom are crying. I'm like, man, this feels like such a real moment.
And they just stay in it. I love that they didn't cut away.
Yeah.
I felt like a lot of movies would have went like beat outside. Instead, it lived in it. It breathed.
The only time it felt like a movie to me was some of the like the losing the virginity scene.
Sure.
It was like, this feels like a really
because there's a dream sequence.
Yeah.
Like I'm like, this movie's been so fly on the wall that all of a sudden it's like diddly-doo, diddly-doo,
But being able to find the humor in such the darkness, I feel like that is life, Yeah. And I think a lot of movies nowadays might go a little bit more heavy-handed to like drive the points home.
You know what else I love? The lived-inness is also in the emotions and the subplots that we don't see resolved. We don't see how Laurence Fishburne actually like it lands with that glance. We don't see like later on how they get on. We don't see the resolution of him and his mom. We never see adult him and the mom.
Yeah.
I love that because like that's the world. Like in reality, you don't have everything with a bow on it.
Yeah.
Even in the text, all we get is they went to college together.
Great movie.
Great movie. One of my favorites we've done. That was really something special.
Great movie about community and brotherhood. Really loved it a lot.
Ready to not read these comments.
I mean,
maybe it'll be good. I'm just afraid.
We try to just be honest. Yeah.
I loved it. I'm just so afraid of like it's so interesting how much I have fear of not of real life culture, but of the internet's culture around culture. Yeah, that scares me so much more.
I think you and I share a kinship and a fear of being misunderstood.
Oh, absolutely.
Yeah.
I just assume I'm going to be reviled, and then I just hope for the best.
Me too.
Like I'm just like maybe I'm pre-apologizing, and I haven't done shit.
I don't feel like we need to, and I kind of make an active choice to try not to. So I just kind of come up here and I go, "Hey, I don't really know anything."
Here's some thoughts.
I'm just going to tell you my personal thoughts on what I took from this.
Yeah,
and I'm not. I think it's like I said. I think it's really easy to show up for something like this and try to be like, I'm gonna be smart.
Yeah, no. I love that's why we were so quiet. We don't know shit. And that was great.
Yeah, I'm like, I gotta take this in. Anyway, guys, what'd you think about Boyz N The Hood? Do you love it? Do you think it's overrated? How are you affected by it when you watched it? Leave your thoughts down below. Talk to you guys soon.